September 3rd, 2017.
Liar.
It's What's Happening in Cleveland. With your host, Kevin Baird.
Brian Baird.
Don Anderson.
And Larry Mack.
Look at that.
Yeah, we got a 4-pack this week. And everybody's here. And I think we'll just start right up with Brian.
Go home now.
Yes.
Oh.
And how his week went so far this week, I guess. 'Cause we have a long weekend. So.
It's ridiculous because they actually gave us the holiday off, and then they pushed us. So to do that, like if you normally deliver on Monday, now you're delivering on Tuesday. Well, normally I don't deliver till Tuesday, so I will be off until Wednesday.
Wow.
The only thing that's going to kind of suck, except for the paycheck, which I'm sure will be like toast, but is Friday I'll be down in Columbus near rush hour when I'll be heading home. And if you've never been in Columbus during rush hour, that's yeah.
It's not good.
It can be tricky.
It's all like the highways in and out of Columbus were like designed by guys tripping on peyote as it is.
Yeah, it's for people who really enjoy, like, what's it called? NASCAR.
Being sad.
Yeah, that's possible too. So, so I've got like an exceedingly long work week, and I got a call from work on my phone asking me on what was it, Friday, and was it Friday? No, I got the message on Thursday, and they're like, "Do you want to work on Tuesday?" So I just texted back, "Ask me on Monday." I'm like, how the hell do I know? I'm sure I can say yeah now, but maybe later I won't, huh? So they just immediately texted me back. They're like, "We've already got it covered, man." It was like an old text. I'm like, all right then. So I was just explaining to the guy, my brother here. I was playing that game, Hellblade. Some chick sacrifice, whatever. What it's about is you're playing a Celtic chick during on your way to the Viking hell. You're in Viking land or whatever, and she's trying to bring back, I guess, the soul of her boyfriend or lover or husband. I don't know. And the chick is like completely, like she hears voices, and so do you. That's another privilege you get to enjoy during this game. You get to hear the voices, and especially if you're wearing, like I said, headphones, because they'll be talking in your ear the entire time, basically taking everything you're doing and casting it in doubt, and also telling you they're right behind you. Watch out, here they come. Which 2 a.m. it's fucking frightening, especially when they start to like laugh and stuff, and you'll see shadows. There's a lot of let's put it like this: if on easy mode, it's kind of hard to fuck up and die, but you can fuck up and die, like fall off shit. Like when you're like going along like edging along like a plank to like not fall down a cliff. And of course, the first thing you do is you look down, even though the voices are going, "Don't look down, don't look down." And of course, your character's like, "I'm looking right down." Like, oh, no, that wasn't good. That was dumb. Why did I do that? Yeah. So you get to enjoy all of that. The graphics are really, really good. So other than that, let's see what's going on around here on the east side of Cleveland. I have no fucking clue. Because I really just go to work. I come home from work, and I don't want to talk to a living soul except my family and friends, and that's it. And that does not really involve a lot of going outside. The weather's cooled off, so we're going to hang in there and enjoy. We're going to enjoy that until that shit comes to a shrieking halt. Yeah, is that nice? No.
84 on Monday.
Yeah, see? The stink will return.
Woo.
The smell of baking dog shit. That is the Cleveland area springtime scent. No, I have no idea. Let's see what else has been going on. See, I stopped doing the show. It's the same thing. I come right back. I knew it.
Did you eat anything weird? Did you buy any of the new sandwiches at Burger King or anything? Did you?
No, I don't do fast food if I can possibly help, but I'm trying to palm off the weight. Although I did get that coffee cream, that Reese's Peanut Butter Cup coffee cream.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to throw my sexuality in complete question. It just tastes like chocolate with a bit of peanut butter in your coffee. Like if somebody, stuck their, they had a finger and made pretend it was poop and then put it in your coffee going, "You're going to drink it. You're drinking it now. I don't want to drink it. Your drink will beat you up." You know, it just I don't know why that would come to mind, but it did totally come to mind.
So it wasn't good, or would you get it again?
Yeah, but I'm like one of those guys that gets the pumpkin spice stuff just because I like to piss off people who like to bitch about the pumpkin and spice. Why is there pumpkin? I hate that. I'm just like fucking. You just want to squeeze their heads until they start to scream. You know,
Stupid pumpkin spice is dumb.
you're dumb.
It's for gays.
I know.
It's all for me.
I saw that there was
that
pumpkin
too.
spice life cereal at the store today. I was like, "Who's buying the pumpkin spice life cereal?" And apparently, no one, because it was full. It was a full.
Yeah, but don't get those
end cap.
the pumpkin spice Pop Tarts or God forbid the Orange Crush Pop Tarts. You'll gain 50 pounds on that shit.
Ugh.
It's like ludicrously good.
I don't eat Pop Tarts. I mean, I'm not above
Oh,
them.
okay,
I don't know.
Well, normally I don't either. What I do is I'll get one of those breakfast bowls. They've got like a whole slew of like different types of Mexican breakfast bowls, as opposed to the other one, which basically tastes like a shoe. And they have different flavored like wraps, like you're making a burrito wrap. So I'll get like the jalapeno one if I decide I don't really need to sleep that night and have to wake up and poop a lot. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. So I get that, and I get this sort of spicy salsa with mango. Don't ask me how that works, but it's fucking delicious. And I'll mix all that together, and I get like 2 huge burritos of it. And that's my breakfast, and it's all completely fucking healthy for you, you know, in some weird, obscene way. So that's what I basically try to eat for breakfast when I'm not driving. When I am driving, I get that crap that you put on your, you put in the microwave for like 2 minutes. And it shows you like some delicious, like, oh, it's bacon and vegetables with some cheese, and there's some egg in there, and it's surrounded by a flaky pin. It basically just tastes like you're eating people. I mean, it's just fucking horrible. You know, but you got to eat something in the morning. Because if I don't eat in the morning, I'm so fucking cranky.
Have you eaten the Taco Bell breakfast?
You know what? I had it once, and I was fucking surprised. It was good.
Really? Did you
Yeah,
get that crunch wrap or whatever it's called?
I don't remember. My old lady bought it for me. And I was like half awake, and I came downstairs with pouty face. And I'm like, I want to sleep. You know, she's like, "What's your fucking breakfast? You're eating this shit." So I sat down to digest this delicious, gelatinous meal of muck and pseudo fucking vegetables. And I mean, okay, let's take into consideration this is me. I mean, what the? If it's not staring back at me. And I mean, if I'm
you're
starving,
kind of picky about certain things you eat. If it's got,
but not
something weird in
often.
it.
But not often. You know, yeah, scrambled eggs and ketchup. Yeah, vomit everywhere.
I'm not saying you're Larry. I'm just saying, there's some things you don't.
Or Don.
Or me.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah.
You two are fucking satanic with your bullshit.
Hey.
Otherwise, I had the breakfast. And I was like, going because I've had the other ones from like Mickey D's and Burger King, and sometimes those are kind of hit and miss. This was like, I'm like, this is.
What about the Subway breakfast? You ever bother with that?
I used to, when I delivered to this one store, I used to go next door to Subway, which was right next to the store, and I was like the first customer. Just I got there, I got there like right before they actually opened, but they would just let me in because they got tired of me trying to make a suction.
Open the door, please. I have to have Subway.
Yeah.
Open it. Just a minute. I got to find the key. No, now. I hope the bread is baked, right? Get on it.
Open it. I'll make faces, and I like make a suction cup with my mouth on the glass window. Just like, so they're like, oh, just fucking.
We don't have bread, so just put the meat in my mouth. Just put it in my mouth.
No, it's be
Squirt
boiling
that
hot.
in.
I've made that mistake as a cook. You go to grab some like fries that just came out of the fryer. You don't realize that they're still cooling. You pop one in your mouth really quick, and you get that one mutant one that has like a open air pocket, has some boiling grease in it. A buddy of mine at work did that. He fucking grabbed it and grease was in his mouth. His eyes almost popped out of his head, and he reached towards the nearest supposedly cool looking liquid beverage and poured it down his mouth, and it was fresh coffee. And he told me later on when he was done shrieking in the bathroom, he's like, dude, I thought my mouth was gonna explode. Like right there, it would have been like if Gene Simmons like sucked in when he was supposed to actually be breathing out fire, like his head would have just exploded. And then he paused. He goes, "Do you think people would applaud if that happened? If Gene Simmons just like his head just exploded and they're like, oh my god, that's fucking." He took
Everybody would be like,
took one for the team.
Yeah, we'd all be excited about that one.
So I had the Taco Bell one, but yeah, the Subway or I don't think it was Subway. I think it was the other. What's the other one? The sandwich place.
There's a lot of them.
Subway,
Jimmy
and then
John's.
there is. Don't get obscure.
Jimmy John's?
No, it's a staple. Come on. It's, Jared.
Subway was Jared.
Subway?
Yeah.
Firehouse.
Are you talking about Penn Station?
No, not Firehouse. There's like two. There's where you get the hero at, and when you get a meatball.
Mr. Hero.
Mr. Hero.
Oh, I was thinking
Mr. Hero.
Okay, but okay, I was trying not to get them confused, but it actually is Subway. Sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to make it confusing.
The place where you get the hero at. Will you be Mr. Hero?
Yeah, that's all I had. It was clicking along. I haven't taken my Adderall. Okay, I'm sorry. So so I would go in there, and then I would tell them, what the breakfast, get that foot long breakfast looking thing, or was it like, I can't remember, but they would put like a big round looking hockey puck looking egg, and then they would put bacon, and the bacon was fresh, so it was like all the bread was fresh. I don't care how unhealthy it's supposed to be, that shit just smelled delicious. And then I'm like, they're like, do you want any sauces or anything on it? I'm like, yeah, do you got any salsa? And they're like, what? Like, what, you never put salsa on your eggs? They're like, no. I'm like, do you have salsa? I mean, if it's going to be a problem, then forget about it. I mean, you do me the favor of feeding me as it is. And they're like, no, we'll do that. And I did that for like a couple of months, and she's like, the chick behind the counter, she's like, I told one of my customers about it, and now we're actually doing a serious amount of salsa business in the morning. And I'm like, so I have given this to you. Unto you, I have brought this new fad.
Yes, but now you have to leave, sir, because we can't serve you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, clearly. I'm sure they wouldn't want me to fuck around. I mean,
you scare the other customers away. So.
Yeah, and I smell. Let me see. Aside from that, though, I still have the routes that I have. No more tearing down trees. I went back to the same place I tore down a tree branch. I've been hearing about that fucking tree branch at work. Like, we were trying to keep it cool, keep it really quiet. And I guess they asked one of the mechanics to go out there and liberate it. And I guess he got on the walkie-talkie trying to talk to the guard to figure who the fuck brought the tree branch back. And I'm friends with the guard. And he's just like, dude, shh, we're not trying to fucking let goddamn True Value know that a driver came back with a goddamn giant tree branch. I mean, there's no crime, but cut us some fucking slack here, So he's like, well, who the fuck did he? Goes, Baird. He's like, oh, fuck. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. It's okay. I felt stupid. So I went back last week and, saw delivered to the same place, and we were laughing about the tree branch and shit. He's like, yeah. He's like, fuck that tree, man. He goes, I'm surprised that, I mean, you just touched it. The thing just fell off. He goes, I wasn't upset at you. He goes, I just couldn't believe that goddamn huge ass fucking branch fell off. He's like, well, somebody would have been standing underneath it. It would have killed him. I was like, thanks. I want to keep that in my head, But other than that, nothing extraordinary. Just getting used to my new routes until they change them again, And let's see. I watched Wonder Woman today for the first time, the new one that recently got out on iTunes.
Did you
I liked it. I liked it, but I thought it was, you take it with a grain of salt. It's a superhero movie, but when the guy was sitting there talking about, how many people have died in the First World War? It's like 25 million people have died. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, no, man, it was 8 million, and the rest died from from the Spanish flu, from influenza, not fucking 25 people. Like, was there 25 million people living in Europe then? Fucking Christ. But I like movies where chicks are going around beating the shit out of people, and I'm not a huge Gal Gadot. I don't know how to say her name. I mean, I don't think she's super hot, but she was good. I thought she was a pretty good actress. I enjoyed the movie and stuff. I thought it was well done. And then I decided to treat myself and watch a couple of really bad zombie movies, which I won't mention. I posted one on Facebook, and I guess it's based off of a comic, and it's by the guy that did 30 Days of Night. It's not terrible. There's some good people, like actors in it, like the one guy who played the lieutenant from The Wire. He's in it. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, how the mighty have fallen, Yeah. But it was like, even though the special effects were horrific, it was like the Sci-Fi Channel decided to toss a little bit of money around, and so that was kind of worth watching. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Sorry, I posted on Facebook. That's why I said it's there if you want to look at the title, because I don't remember the name of it. And I guess, Christ, that one sci-fi. What was that one sci-fi show that's on? That's no longer going to be on. That we really like. Not The Expanse.
Firefly.
No, that was That was one season.
That was like a decade ago or more.
You're right.
Yeah, at least. Black Matter.
Dark Matter.
Dark Matter announced that they will not be renewed for another season.
So to say Black Lives Matter. But...
Yeah, the Black Lives Matter, the sci-fi show where
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, our brothers and sisters in Cleveland go out into space, and they protect Whitey from invasion.
And I believe that show is called Homeboys in Outer Space.
That'd be awesome.
Which also didn't last very long.
Dark Matter was just a poor man's Farscape, but they had a really hot captain.
Oh my God, she was ridiculous, and a couple other people on there that I thought looked pretty nice as well. But
some good eye candy.
Yeah, the stories were like you didn't have to like go into deep thought to like you could follow it pretty easily. Like dumbasses like me that go, I'm still trying to watch The Mist. I know that it was just done, and I'm trying to keep up with it. And it's like I kind of like it, and I kind of think it's ass. Like they just have to hit every social justice warrior topic. I guess I'm like, do they have people that just sit there and like you can't like I just imagine like some really bitchy female just sitting there just like shrieking at these like guys that just have no play whatsoever, telling what they're not allowed to do, or what they can do, what they can write. I'm just like, you guys kind of just touched on every trying to be relevant subject, didn't you? Because I mean, most of the shit they're talking about now, I think it's sort of seen its day, and we've moved on. Except for the rape story, of course, that's always like not good. But I mean, the rest of it, like who likes who doesn't like who, social situations. I'm like, can we just get on with like the monsters eating people? Do I really need to, find out who is gay and who isn't gay and who's socially acceptable and who's doing what to who? Can we just somebody just get eaten? That's all. That's all I want. Yeah.
Can we get a nappy roadie?
It's just.
Just someone to come in and clean up all the shit.
And they're already dividing up into little groups. Like, it's Lost now. It's Lost with like, it's supposed to be monsters, but I guarantee before it's all over, like, no, it was a chemical weapon, and
so
people are
Lost.
now. Huh?
Lost was supposed to be monsters too.
Lost didn't know where it was going.
You got that right.
I mean, the first 3 seasons after that, I bailed. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm sorry. And the drive-in, Autorama's going to have the new It movie side by side with the Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
Remember the Lost Boys? It's the original.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
Unless it's a.
Done. How was your week?
So I'm done. So that's all I had to say.
Anything happen?
Good.
No, I got nothing really. I just got a phone call, so now I'm like telling this guy I got to ignore him.
Leave me alone.
Nothing really. Kids started school. I've been working. Yada yada yada. I got I had a fantasy football draft Tuesday. I got another one tonight after the show at 9:15. There was something, but I can't. I already told you about Adam's thick water. That was last week, right?
What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you work this week? Did they give you any hours at your job?
No, I got some more. I got some more than normal. But there was some. Oh man, I can't remember. There's something about Adam. I got to write this stuff down. Either way, there you go, Larry. Let me ask. I'm going to use my time to ask Larry a question. Okay. If you were running a fantasy football league and you had 3 new people join in, do you put them in the first 3 picks or the wraparound at the end?
Like new teams, or they're taking over a team?
They're new teams.
Oh, you got to give them first pick.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, good. I feel good about myself then. Never mind. That's all I got. Oh, we saw a car flip over.
Ooh.
If that's exciting. Is that exciting?
It's
Where?
appropriate.
Adam's house.
I was picking up. No, unfortunately.
In his driveway.
Yeah, they brought it in the living room. They thought they didn't want the wind when they were painting it with their model paint.
I went to Adam's house yesterday or last night, and he was like, "You want to go inside?" And I said, "No."
I'm gonna touch you.
I said I'd rather sit out on the porch. I go, it was a little chilly, but not as cold as it has been. And then it like actually started raining, and at some point I was like,
I'm leaving.
I'm just gonna go home. He's like, "We can go inside," and I said, "No, we can't."
Because it'll smell. And you're never going to get that stink out there.
And yeah,
not a roof on this porch. I take it.
No. He took that off a long time ago and said, "I'll put it back on later," and then never did. But anyways, I picked up Sophie on Friday, and I'm coming down. She lives on one of those country roads. It's like parallel with 301, 83, stuff like that. So it's like 55 miles an hour country road, a little bit of hill, a lot of fields.
Where's
stuff
this?
like that? Out in LaGrange.
You have to turn into the driveway at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, I used to deliver out there. I used to deliver out there, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
right down. It's on Indian Hollow.
Yeah, it's like if the sun is set, you're not seeing shit behind your headlights.
Exactly, and so we were driving north, and it was like one of those things where it's like I think there's you see a car up ahead of you, and you don't really pay attention. You just see it, and then all of a sudden this big cloud of dust goes from right to left across the street, and I'm like, holy smoke, what is that? And Sophie looks at it, she goes, I don't know, what is that? And I'm thinking, it must have been a tractor or something. Maybe the guy pulled off into a dirt road, hit the gas and put everything up and stuff. Oh my, them two boys are at it again. So as we got closer, I started to slow down, and I'm looking at this thing. I see it sitting in the front yard. I'm like, what the heck is that? And the reason why I didn't recognize what it was is because I'm not used to seeing a car on its side with like the bottom side facing me, because I'm like looking at it like, what are all those tubes and what is all that? Well, that's a car.
That's intestines.
Yes. So I guess the kid was on the road and like, I don't know, must have been going really fast, or maybe he was on the phone, and there you get see skid tracks going across the middle line and then coming back to the right, and see where he hit in the ditch. All this dirt went flying. So as we come pulling up, he's climbing out of the top of the car, the driver's side window, the top of the car. And we pulled up, and I rolled the window down. Sophie goes, are you okay? And he goes, yeah, I'm okay. And I looked through the window and I said, is there anybody else in the car? And he goes, no, it's just me. I said, oh, okay, well, good. And he's on the phone with his buddy, and he's like, dude, you got to get down here, hurry up. You got to hurry up and come get me. I'm sitting there thinking like, dude, you can't just leave your car in somebody's yard and like take off and be like, nope, wasn't me. Didn't do it. I don't know how it got there. I mean, you could try, I guess, if you think about it. Or unless the car was just stolen, unless he stole it from somebody. It was like, whatever, if I get out of here in time, nobody will catch me. They'll just find this car and be like, hey, so-and-so, we found your car. And they'll be like, it got stolen. They'll be like, yeah, it got crushed. So the owner of the house comes walking out, and he goes walking up to the kid and starts talking to him. And that's when I was like, well, you know what? They're not even looking at me. Put it right into reverse. Just started slowly backing.
Don't leave me, no. They're carrying him off.
Like, well, I am out of here. So I took off. But that was kind of, Sophie was all excited. She was like, oh my God.
Is there a body?
I'm like, what's the matter? I'm like, what's the matter with you? She's like, my heart's beating. It's beating. Hey, shut the door and get out of here. She's like, my heart's beating. I'm like, what's the matter? I go, what are you talking about? I go, what is this, the first time you ever seen a car flip her over? She's 11 years old. I'm like, what's that, the first time you ever seen a car flip over, kid? Come on. It's 2017. She's like, yeah, actually, it is the first time I've seen something like that. That wasn't on TV. And I go, oh, okay, well, let that be a lesson to you. Driving is no joke.
Yeah, cross that off your bucket list now.
Right. I was like, and that's what I told her. I go, well, this isn't the first time I've seen it happen. And then she's like, how many times have you seen a car flip over? Oh, jeez. Don't worry about it. I've seen my fair. I've seen plenty of car accidents. But yeah, so we had that going for us. That's it. That's really the excitement of my week. Okay. She's sick, so we haven't done nothing.
Right on. Larry, how was your week?
My week was fabulous. Nothing bad happened at all. I got myself.
Why were you a zombie, by the way?
Got myself a new pet unicorn, and I sold my house, and now I live on a rainbow with my new girlfriend, who's a supermodel, and I quit my job because I won Powerball. That was my week. No,
About $10.
Sure.
Sweet.
You know what you want to do? Just go ahead and spend the $10, Tell them to bill me, but don't tell me about it for years. It'll be fine.
Okay. Usual.
So my week. So last weekend, I have some buddies who are working on a new film, so I was a zombie, and that's why I wasn't here last week for the show.
You were a sad zombie, sir.
I was off somewhere being a sad zombie. I'm sad everything. I'm fucking sad. My life is sad, so I'm sad. It's all sad. So, as some people may recall, been having some drama with my daughter. She's going to be coming to live with me, picking her up tomorrow. Maybe. Maybe. I may just drive past her mom's new apartment and just flamethrower the joint and be done with this. So.
Awesome.
We've already dwelled on all the legal wrangling I'm currently involved in with the county and the state and the hospitals and children's services and everybody else. So we're not going to dwell on that. Right now, all we're doing is putting the finishing touches on. All I got to do, get her signed up for school. And that's the easy part, right? Fuck you, it's not.
Trust me, dude, we know.
So...
No, it's not.
So, because I'm still not the custodial parent, Friday I went and I got a paper from the court saying, okay, he's not the custodial parent, but they've already done their mediation.
Yeah.
He's going to be the custodial parent. Go ahead and let him sign his daughter up for school. I was like, boom, easy peasy. So I go to her old school. All I got to do there, I got to pick up her immunization stuff. I got to pick up... like the unofficial transcript, because they won't give me the official transcript because that has to be requested by the school. But I was like, no problem. So I go there to do that. Well, they won't release her records because her mother owes some course fees. And I was like, you know what?
Was it a fucking secret?
I fully expected this. I am not in any way shocked. Just print it all up, show me what it is, and I just want to get this done and put to bed. And she's like, okay, I'll be right back. And she comes back with the thing. She's like, okay, looks like she owes about $500. I'm like...
Yeah, they quickly wrote it in crayon.
$500.
$500 in school fees she owes. So...
I don't know if that's actually a lot.
I text Vicky, and I'm like... you apparently owe them money? And she's like, that's bullshit. That's all. They're saying she lost her books. I have told them numerous times that they are in her locker.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, first of all,
$500 in books.
It's not actually their responsibility to go get them out of her locker. It's your responsibility to turn them in. Second of all, I thought she was homeschooling last year, so where did these books come from? Third of all, how are they in her locker if they're already calling her truant because she's never been to school this year? And fourth of all, I'm looking at course fees. Not like I see all the lost books here, but I'm looking at course fees from 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. Mm-hmm. I don't think those are in her locker.
But you never
and, like, you know what? Hey, Lord knows I'm a guy who understands money problems. I get it. It happens. But I'm looking at these course fees from, like, 9th grade. It's like $20. Now, do I care about paying $20? No, I don't care about paying $20. But are you going to tell me in 3 years you haven't been able to put together $20 to pay your kids' school fees? At that point, you're just not even trying. You are just done parenting. Fuck it, I'm out. Let her dad fix this shit.
Just phoning it in.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so let's ignore the books. The course fees themselves, I mean, the grand total is like $40. You've never had I've been paying you $500 a month for the past however many years. You've never had $40 laying around over the span of the last 3 years that you've accumulated this. So that was so she's still not enrolled in school.
Because you need to get to gather $500, or what's the actual?
Well, I think I can enroll her at this point, but I'm not sure if there's a point. Like, I can get her unofficial transcript. I can get her set up pending the resolution of the other stuff. But at the end of the day, if her old school doesn't release the records, then it doesn't really matter. And I'm like, you know what? There is no way in hell, just on principle, I am paying this. So she is going to pay it, or I'm just going to tell my daughter to drop out of school and get her friggin' GED. She may as well just learn to be a loser like her mom at this point.
I want to go to prom.
Yeah, but I just sorry. Go ahead.
So that was my joy with school. Unrelated note, and Kevin, I don't think I mentioned this to you.
Oh boy,
got a letter in the mail this week from our friends at Rita.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Rita.
In case you haven't been keeping up with the life of Larry Mack, Rita.
Yeah, I get the shit from them all the time.
They collect all the local income tax for a bunch of cities around here, because here in Ohio, we have spent too many years with Democrats in charge, so we also have to pay local taxes.
Nobody wants to deal with it. They just want to outsource. That's the key word.
Yeah, they give it all to Rita, and Rita does the collecting. Now, as we've discussed before, they are the devil, not just because they collect taxes, because that is what it is, but because, like, if you're Jedi and you're living in Arizona and one day you decide, you know what, I need to be a part of the VGN crew, I am moving to Cleveland, and you come up to Ohio, unless you've listened to this show when you move here, you have no idea Rita even fucking exists.
Right.
You still owe them taxes, but you have no idea that they are even a thing. And then after like 6 years, they'll come at you like they did with me and be like, aha, you owe us late fees and interest on that bill that you didn't know you owed us. But
they'll get it. Don't worry. They're
going
to get that.
So they got their money from me, like we talked about several shows ago. And I was like, finally, I am done with these bastards. So I get a letter from them saying I owe them money. Because another thing that Rita does, because they're fucking evil, unlike every other tax collecting force in the world, you also have to pay every quarter on your estimated taxes for the city.
Right.
Now, some of you may recall when I was buying a home, one of the things I specifically looked for was not a Rita city.
Good luck.
I live in one. So I called them up. I was like, yeah, I got this bill from you guys. Yeah, we got your first quarterly payment when you filed your taxes, but you haven't made your other quarterly payments. And I was like, I don't live in Rita City. And he's like, well, when did you move? I was like, March. He's like, oh, okay, well, that would be the end of the first quarter, so you'd be even. But where are you living now? I'm like,
I'm not telling you.
I'm living in the city where you mailed this fucking letter to me.
There you go.
Remember? Well, we would just need your address. It's the address where you sent this notice saying I owed you money. Which, when you were sending this, you had to have realized wasn't one of your cities.
Yes, sir. Now just tell us where you are. So,
here's my new address. Oh, well, then it doesn't look like you would owe. Do you think? Yes, I no longer live in one of your cities, so no, I don't owe you money.
You were nice to him, though. Don't act like you were like trying to be rough, because it's just you as well as I know that would just be suicide. I mean, you just can't.
They can't do anything to me at this point.
There's a guy at the door with an Austrian accent. Larry Mack.
Right.
Yes. So did they? So they say they're going to get rid of it, or what? I mean, did they? Or...
Yeah. They agreed to zero it out. I was like, well, that's mighty white of you, because there's no debt. I don't live there.
That was smart, Larry, not living in Rita City.
Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes.
Because those people will hound you for the rest of your life.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, my God. So, yeah. So I took care of that. And other than that, it's just been work. Like, this entire long weekend I've been working every day so far of this weekend. Because right now at work, and I'm not even exaggerating, I had to email my boss Saturday night.
Oh my God!
Someone scheduled a meeting for something that is currently, and I quote, our number one priority. And I had to ask what I should do because they scheduled this meeting and it conflicts with something else, which is, and I quote, our number one priority. Because right now at work, I have literally 8 number one priorities. So that's my life.
Wow.
That's my life. And pretty
Sounds
soon I'm
kind of stressful.
Pretty soon I'm going to get to leave my office and come home and try and get my daughter to graduate from high school before she's old enough to drink at her prom legally.
Hey, high school.
Yeah. What are you gonna? Do you trust her to be home when you're at work, Larry?
Absolutely not.
No, don't be crazy.
I was.
Well, first of all, when I'm at work, like once we get the school thing settled, I don't want her to be at home. I want her to be at school.
Well, of course.
And I didn't realize this was an issue. I'm not sure they have busing for the high school.
Of course not.
Like
I'd ask you what city you live in, but I don't know.
Cuyahoga Falls.
Oh, you got to.
I haven't verified that, but it doesn't look like they have busing for high school students.
Well, that's because they don't have Rita tax, so they can't afford
Hello.
pay for the busing.
Makes sense.
Of course, that is not true because that is from property taxes that fund the school. But that's my life.
Tell us.
You know what, everybody
Touch it.
listening.
Touch
As soon as your girlfriend tells you, "Honey, I'm pregnant," just shove her down the stairs. Just
Beware of the slippery
move to
stairs.
Tijuana. Harvest organs from tourists for a living.
And break your neck.
All right. Well, I bought a car because
Good Lord.
it was kind of crazy. I went to the dealer, and I was doing the test drive, and I had already done like a crap load of research. I basically bought a Chevy Volt, so I pretty much knew I was going to buy it, but I just wanted to make sure that like I would fit in it and everything because I am a giant person, and you can never be too sure. But
Swear to God.
I drove it. It's cool because it's electric, and it also has a gas engine that powers the electric. It's not like
It's electric.
It's not like a hybrid, because a hybrid is like the engine's running, and then the battery part helps the engine. Where this is pure battery, and then the engine just powers the It just generates electricity.
You're going to sound like... Basically.
I don't know what happened there, Brian. You muted yourself while you were talking. It was weird.
You sound like you're in a golf cart.
Yeah, like a really powerful golf cart. Yeah, it's fun. It's close. It's very close to being in a spaceship. Larry can attest that the back seat is worthless. It's complete.
Yes, I am. As I said, I am. When we were all hanging out on Friday, I am far and away the shortest person in our little group. And yes, my head was smashed against the top of the back seat.
It's it's no good. But it's a compact. You're just gonna have that. It's for kids, I guess, or a 12-pack of beer, maybe, or something.
Kids or a 12-pack of beer. They're roughly the same height, so
yeah. Basically, but I drive down there by myself, and I do the test drive, and the guy's like, "Come on, we'll do some paperwork and stuff," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll buy it," and we're filling this stuff out, and he's like, I'm like, well, I'll come back on Saturday because I'll give you a certified check. And he's like, do you have a check? Do you have like a regular check right now? And I'm like, yeah, I got a regular check. He's like, you can just give me that. And I'm like, I'm going to just write you a check for like a, $35,000 car. Like, and it has like the Incredible Hulk on the check. And, and he's like, yeah, just write out the check. That's cool. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, am I taking this home today? Like, I drove here. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. You can leave your other car here and pick it up later. Okay. You guys really want to get this fuck out of here, I guess. It's really weird.
Please get it off of our lot.
I did ask him when I was picking it up. I was like, what's wrong with it? What's wrong? What's actually wrong with this car that you guys deducted $5,000 off the price when nobody else did?
We're pretty sure it's going to explode at midnight.
Yeah, and no, there was nothing wrong with it. Didn't have high miles or anything. It was fine. And, it's new, so it's warranted and everything. So I was like, all right. And then they take you in that other room where they try to upsell you on, like, the warranties for everything.
Yeah.
Like, if your tires blow out in the first 5 years of owning the car or something, you get tire protection. And it's like for what you're charging me, I could just buy that tire. Like, I don't need whatever that is, in case it all becomes like chariot races or something and people are just like driving spikes into my tires while I'm driving around. Plus, I have 3 cars and I don't plan on putting like a ton of miles on it like normal people would. So, and I don't go anywhere also. So that's the other thing,
Which is why I question the need for 3 cars.
But it's cool. Well, I mean...
I never go anywhere, but I want to make sure that when I do, I show up in a different car every time.
Yeah, it's one of these opportunities that I just had to take. I had the money, and I said, I'm going to get this car now because I won't have the money later. I'll buy something dumb. And, for instance, Cease is going to come over, Don the Hate
Install the
Cease,
batteries into your...
and he's going to cut out a piece of my ceiling so we can see why my bathtub is leaking. And that's going to go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah. We're going to cut out a piece of my ceiling so that my bathtub can fall and crush both of us.
Right. And it'll be a huge expense, and we'll probably be going through walls and shit. So I figured I'd get this out of the way now before I go down that road of being... And I'm absolutely broke, too, so that's perfect. Just basically spent all my money on this stuff. Now, my other car's 20 years old. And it runs and it's okay, but it's it makes weird noises when it starts up. My mom's car, it's just it's like this weird humming noise, and I'm like, it's one of those things where you can't really take it into a mechanic because nothing's really broken. It's just making that noise like some shit's about to break, but I can't put my finger on it like in order to tell somebody what it is. So I'm waiting for that to like totally fall apart. And then my Ford Freestyle is fine, but it only gets 20 miles to the gallon, which is terrible. So
I think that pickup truck I got from Mom gets like maybe 5.
Yeah, that would be better if that was like diesel or something. But it's just the Subaru gets good gas mileage. It basically, you feel like if you run over a fly, you do feel it because it has no suspension. Yeah, it was just time, man. It's, So I'm gonna ride because they were only gonna give me $850 for either car, and ask Anderson, go try and buy a car for $850 and see what kind of car you're gonna get.
You can't even get one from your friend.
Yeah, it's
that's all.
You might as well just hold on to it because Anyway.
Well, now you can sell it to your friend for $850.
Yeah, that's right. That's me.
No, because he won't come down that low. It says no. I need $1,500 for it, and you're like, dude, seriously? I've known you for forever. And he's like, no. By the way, there's no heat, no radio, the windows don't work. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, why am I what? So nobody that we all know except we all know him, but whatever.
I don't do that. I usually give my cars away, baby. I just say, here's a car.
Yeah. No. I agree. I could verify that.
I gave one to Adam. I gave one to Don. Just say, this is the old car. You can have it. Doesn't have a radio in it.
He's like,
there you go.
Yeah, just take my name off it. That's all he wants. I'm talking about somebody else. I'm talking about somebody else completely different. Yeah. Who's whatever.
Yeah, no,
whatever. He can go. Yeah, he can go cam himself. So,
all right, we're gonna
shave his own head.
We're gonna do our news drinking game really quick, and then we'll wrap it up. We won't have time to get the emails. We do have 3 emails. We'll get to those emails probably next week. This show went a little long, and I want to do these news.
You got time for one?
Maybe. I gotta load them up though and find them, and never time. So we're gonna do the drinking game. As usual, if somebody gets shot and you have to drink, If it happened on if the incident happened on the east side of Cleveland, you have to drink. And if Jennifer Cha-Cha announces the incident, you have to drink.
That name kills me.
But this one actually happened in Florida, but I wanted to read about it because it was just ridiculous. And a Florida Jimmy John delivery man was struck while riding his bike by an unmarked police car on Thursday and was arrested and jailed for 12 hours until his mother bailed him out, the Miami Herald reported. So you're working real hard, you're delivering Jimmy John's on your bicycle, cop runs you over and then arrests you.
Yeah.
The Herald,
Like, was he drunk?
The Herald reported that Jimmy John's employee Mason Morals threw his bike against the unmarked police car in anger. For the bike toss, he was charged with criminal mischief. The officer called for backup, and at least 10 officers showed up to perform the arrest, Morales claims. Morales also claimed that the driver, Officer Kenya Fallett of the Miami Police Department, was on her phone at the time of the accident. Morales claims he was in plain view when Fallout's car turned a corner. The whole thing was pretty awful and stupid, Morales told the Herald. I don't think I should have been brought in for that. Morales was also cited for failure to yield. The Miami Police Department has not responded to the Herald regarding Thursday. I mean, if I got run over, I mean, I agree that you shouldn't, try to fight with cops and all that kind of stuff, but if a cop drives over me, I would probably be pretty angry.
And it was an unmarked car, so he didn't know it was a cop.
Right. Exactly. But
Like, if a cop car hit me, I might stop myself.
Yeah, that would be like,
Although,
you know what? Shouldn't do this.
Although, and everybody get that hate mail ready, I'm thinking, if I see the black woman driving, I'm going to go ahead and guess that cop named Kenya is a black woman.
Or because it's Miami, so it could be Cuban or something.
I may just walk away. I may say, this is going to end badly.
Euclid, Ohio. Drake. Euclid police are investigating after a single bullet, Drake, was shot through the front window of a longtime neighborhood flower shop. Tut Hills Florist has been on the corner of East 185th Street and Nauman for more than a century. It's changed ownership a couple times in the hands of Curtis Gass family for the last 35 years. It's a big deal and very concerning, Gass said. The bullet was discovered by a worker while sweeping. It left holes in both panes of glass, Gass said. It will cost nearly $1,000 to replace. Really? Really? I mean, what kind of window are we talking about here? $1,000?
No, like a double paned, like...
Really? I mean, they're that
in
expensive.
a store where it's probably the wall or something.
All right.
The thing I don't get is a worker discovered it when sweeping.
Yeah.
Like prior to that, nobody noticed that somebody had shot out the window.
I guess.
Seems drafty in here, honey.
Yeah. And then we noticed Floyd laying on the ground bleeding. It's like, oh, what is going on? Who's making all the racket?
I am.
Stop it.
This battle.
Turn it down.
He's battling sounds like you're battling a garbage disposal.
Yeah. Right.
What?
Cleveland police are
Sounds like
investigating the shooting of a truck driver, Brian.
Yeah, again?
After someone... It's a drink. After someone attempted to rob him Thursday morning around 4:13 a.m. A 66-year-old truck driver was inside his truck at East 79th and Finney Avenue. Drink. When one man broke the passenger window and tried to rob him. The man shot the driver from the passenger side, according to police. The driver was taken to Metro Health Medical Center in critical condition. This is the second shooting of a truck driver in less than a week. Uh-oh, Brian, they're out to get you.
They are. They're bastards.
They always have been.
Well, along with truck drivers, Cleveland. A nun was carjacked at gunpoint Thursday afternoon on Cleveland's east side.
Yeah,
Drink.
I heard about this one.
Guess who's looking out for her?
How badly do you want to go to hell if you're carjacking a nun?
Hey, how come you're not protected if you are a nun?
You know what? I want to go to hell, and I don't want to have to wait in line. So I'm going to carjack a nun. And didn't he carjack a nun for like a 15-year-old Toyota or something?
The 71-year-old woman called police around 5 p.m. and said her car had been stolen out of her driveway on Mandalay Avenue. When officers arrived, the woman said she had returned home from the store when she got out of her Honda Civic and placed a package near her home. When she turned around, a young man was in her driveway. He asked her what time it was. After she told him the time, he pointed a handgun at her and said, "I'm taking your car," according to the police report. So, our criminal wanted to get the time first before stealing the car. Like, was it too early?
Yeah, it's like, hey, what time is it? Okay, I can still get to the bar in time for happy hour. Right. I'm taking your car.
Yeah, probably not late for work.
If it was 2 minutes ago, I wouldn't steal this from you.
Yeah.
But
she gave him her keys, which included her house key. She asked if she could get her church stuff from the car, but he responded, "I ain't no church."
No.
The report states. Probably had no idea what she was even saying. About $300 in school supplies were stolen from the car. Baseball uniforms and track equipment were also stolen.
bastard.
What's this nun doing? Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association says it will replace and double the loss in stolen property of the sister. Well, that's nice, I guess.
Who then said, "I forgot there were also some laptops in the car."
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's some gold crucifixes.
There were some solid gold crucifixes.
Yeah, I had a duffel bag with $100,000 in 20s.
All donations.
Yeah.
Cleveland. Workers at Be a Sweetie Candy Company Incorporated were pepper sprayed during an attempted theft at the shop last week. Man,
how could somebody do that?
That place has got like 100 customers in it at any time.
I know. That's
like,
hard. That's like straight up risky because that's like a good sized army company at any given moment.
Not an easy place to like drive off and escape either. It's
very colorful.
Kind of crazy. According to a police report, a man and woman entered the store on August 7th and started putting candy in the woman's purse. When employees confronted the pair, there was a struggle, but the workers were able to get the candy back. Give me those now and laters. Give them.
She's got a handful of Zots.
Don't you leave those suckers alone, lady.
Mine.
Some of the workers were trying to detain the woman. She sprayed them with pepper spray she had on her keychain.
It was candy-flavored pepper spray.
Yeah. The man and the woman were able to get away in a gold Nissan Maxima, but workers said they got a clear view of the license plate of the car. It probably took forever to pull out.
I know.
So ridiculous.
Because for everybody out there listening, it's on like the busiest street in Cleveland.
I mean, yeah, you wonder what goes through people. Let's go to that candy store. We ain't got no money. We'll just put it in the purse.
If they bug us, just pepper spray.
Yeah.
And what the hell's going on with Cleveland crime this week? People are carjacking nuns and stealing candy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's out of control.
Look at that sweet tooth go, man. You know, you got to eat.
Cleveland, Ohio. A man was fatally shot early Sunday while standing outside a sports bar in the city's South Collinwood neighborhood.
Nobody does that.
Drink again. The shooting happened about 2:20 a.m. outside the Dog Pound Lounge at the intersection of East 186th Street and St. Clair Avenue. Cleveland police spokeswoman Sergeant Jennifer Cha-Cha said,
"Drink.
Hat trick." Cleveland police learned of the shooting when the victim arrived at the department's 5th District headquarters with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers gave the man first aid until paramedics arrived, Cha-Cha said. He was taken to university hospitals where he was pronounced dead. His identity will be released by the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office once his family is notified. During the early investigation, detectives learned that the victim and a friend walked out of the Dog Pound Lounge and were chatting near the victim's rental car. Shots were fired at the duo by a passing silver vehicle, Cha-Cha said. The victim's friend was not struck by gunfire, so he drove the victim to the police station for help, Cha-Cha said.
Dude just came out of a bar, bullshitting, and someone just drove by and just like, hey, let's just shoot him.
Listen, I like you guys, and you're my friends. If I get shot, take me to the hospital. Don't take me to the police station, okay?
You say that now.
Yeah. Be very different later on.
Why are we here? What? I gotta fill out a report. Just hold on.
Nah.
The victim, yeah.
I think if you're unconscious and you got shot, I think you would want us to take you to police department. So we'll do that.
No shooting suspects have been identified and no arrests have been made. Homicide detectives continue to investigate, and anyone with information on the fatal shooting should contact Cleveland Police at 216-621-1234 or 1234.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Cleveland, Ohio. A 29-year-old man died Saturday after he was shot, several
Jesus.
times while sitting in the driver's seat of a vehicle on the city's east side. Police said. The shooting happened about 11:15 p.m. near the intersection of East 118th Street and Buckeye Road. Cleveland Police spokeswoman Sergeant Jennifer Cha-Cha said, "Hat trick. First responders found a vehicle crashed into a building and the driver shot in the side and back. The victim was taken by paramedics to University Hospitals where he was pronounced dead," Cha-Cha said. The victim's identity will be released by the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office once family is notified. They should put the hospital at like 185th Street or something. Because
I mean, come on.
everybody's getting to University Hospitals and they're just pronounced dead.
Everybody's going get shot on the weekend. That was dumb.
Detectives at the shooting scene learned that the victim's vehicle was stopped as he talked to people in another car. Two unidentified males walked by and began shooting, Cha-Cha said. The driver was struck, causing him to accelerate the vehicle, lose control, and crash into the building.
Oh, yeah.
No shooting suspects have been identified or arrested. However, one arrest was made at the crash scene after officers watched a 27-year-old man take a duffel bag from the vehicle and move it behind a nearby building, Cha-Cha said. Fuck, man. Police recovered the bag and found several bags of marijuana. 27-year-old man
Shot
was
over pot?
taken
What?
into custody and faces drug charges. Same thing.
Seriously?
Looking for information, 216-621-1234. Cleveland, Ohio.
What?
A Lakewood man accused of raping a boy he babysat faces additional charges after investigators say they identified a second victim who is 3 years old. The Cuyahoga County grand jury on Thursday charged Thomas Gilman, 21, with 3 counts of rape, 4 counts each of kidnapping and disseminating matters harmful to juveniles, and 1 count of attempted rape. Gilman faces life in prison if he is convicted of all counts. Gilman, who was set for a Wednesday arraignment in Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court, was arrested in June after a 13-year-old boy walked in on him molesting the boy's 8-year-old brother, according to court records. Fairview Park Police said Gilman started sexually abusing the boy in September 2014 when the boy was 6 years old. Thursday's indictment accuses Gilman of sexually abusing a 3-year-old boy beginning in April through the date of his arrest. Gilman is the son of Lakewood's fire chief, Scott Gilman. His family and the victim's family are close, police said. Not anymore.
Yeah, that's done.
This shit's over. Nobody's coming over for Thanksgiving dinner this year. Sheffield, Ohio. An 82-year-old bus driver is accused of slapping a resident while dropping off Sheffield Lake school students. Robert Schmidt is charged with simple assault in the Tuesday incident on Parkhurst Drive near North Abe Road, Sheffield Village Police Chief Larry Bliss said. Schmidt is scheduled to appear September 6th in Avon Lake Municipal Court. The school district placed Schmidt on leave and will hold a disciplinary hearing Tuesday to determine if he will be suspended or fired. The 57-year-old man was getting his mail and noticed that the bus did not have its red lights flashing while dropping off students. The man walked over to the bus to speak to Schmidt. Schmidt shouted obscenities at the man before he reached out of the window and slapped him. Bliss said.
Okay, dude was being a dick. I mean, really? That was a guy who was begging
don't have your
somebody
lights on, sir.
to punch him in the face.
Yeah, it's Cleveland,
Like,
man.
if I was walking down the sidewalk, I would have punched that guy in the face just for being an asshole.
There are rules.
It's definitely upsetting that 2 students witnessed this altercation.
Oh my God, are they in counseling now? Have they been offered grief counseling? Because now they're suffering from post-traumatic stress.
I apologize to the families on the school district's behalf. The man has complained before about Schmidt not using his red lights, but the school district had no evidence to determine if the claims were true. See, Larry, you were right. He was over there just causing trouble.
that is a busybody. Because he's complained about it before, and when the guy was dropping the kids off, that happened to be when the guy was checking his mail. No, he was sitting there waiting to see if the guy was going to use his blinker.
That's right.
Asshat.
He didn't.
All right.
Failed.
That's it for the show. We'll be back next week with more. And we'll try to read your emails. You can write into whatever you want at videogamenews.com. And I'll get the email, so it doesn't matter. You can put in Cleveland at videogamenews.com, whatever. Don't ask about the domain name because it's just how this shit is. And, yeah, we'll do it. So, that's it. Good night.
Grease for peace.